Well, it's been 2 days. Wonder how the investigation's going. Let's go check in with Yelan and Chevron.
Wow! Can this launch blaster thing really shoot stuff from that far away?
It does launch and blast things, but it's...
But how does it stay on target?
It uses a remote guidance system. But...
Can I give it a try?
Oh, not...
Hey, Beto! What you up to?
Oh, it's you two!
Paimon thought you were here for...
What? No, of course not.
I'm sorry. Are these three preventing you from doing business? Let me get them out of your hair. Come on. Time to go.
Do we have to?
Don't sweat it. They were just curious.
No, we've taken up enough of your time.
Okay.
It was no bother, I swear. In fact, once they...
How much would it cost?
Not a single...
Really?
Your vessel. It's about...
Why not? Whenever we're docked back in Liyue to pick up supply... If a kid from Liyue can do it, why not a kid from Sumeru? A battleship may as well be...
Is that so? I've heard that people in Liyue also turn gunpowder into explosive firecrackers. Perhaps only the kids back in your home country are lucky enough to look at a giant...
If you're worried...
No, I suppose I'm just...
Seems like he really cares about those kids, huh?
Oh, here's what...
They're circling the hook just fine. Just waiting for a bite.
Whoa! Where did you come from?
Shh. Well, that just proves my point. Something like this would only see more use in Fontaine.
Except, you never find something like this for sale there.
Excuse me?
He's coming this way!
Steady now.
That's mighty expensive.
Well, no one's forcing you to buy it.
What? Come on, there's no rule.
The Voynich Guild gets a cut of whatever I sell.
Listen, I can tell this is something special.
I know it's something special, so I plan on getting paid what it's worth.
Perhaps there's a way we...
What are you implying?
Well, Nod Cry's a big play.
Oh?
What would you say to working this out someplace else? Somewhere the guild can't get a cut?
That means no guild protection either.
Considering the giant sword you've got handy, if anyone's getting robbed, it'd be...
Fine. Name a place. As a registered participant...
Smart thing.
Good. He took the bait. Let's go elsewhere.
Captain Beto's hook was what got him in the end, huh? Oh, I didn't get a chance.
This isn't tabletop troop, Navia. In real life, persuasion takes a lot more than a dice roll.
I brought a product tailor-made for Fontaine because I thought the group's activity... Turns out, we're dealing with an international crime ring. So I suppose it makes sense that Captain Beto's bait was...
We wouldn't have gotten far without your intel either. Gotta ask...
I read their file. Nothing's when it comes down to...
So, we meet up with this guy, catch him, and problem solved, right?
No. The person we're meeting is just an underling sent to scout the situation. We're after the... And after observing the situation over the past 2 days, it's clear if something happens to our...
We have to get the jump on them all.
Forgive me for
Let me guess. You'd rather follow this deal through to the end to lure out the problem is, in my experience, that person would never show their face for...
I can work around that. But only as long as the deal goes ahead.
So, you're planning to trail the person picking up the goods. I suppose that could lead us to the... Aren't you worried about putting something that...
We can control how dangerous it is. But if we followed your plan, could we really guarantee that not a single agent would get away?
You're telling me you really have a way to mitigate the threat of that weapon?
You're telling me that you really have the wherewithal to carry out a large-scale search and seizure operation in Nodcry?
Are they having a fight?
They're both experts in this sort of thing. A lot of back and forth is to be expected.
Don't worry. I think
A successful collaboration requires trust. And a willingness to make concessions. So how about this? I'll meet up with the underling as planned and stall him as long as possible. While I'm keeping him busy, you round up the rest of the agents. Sound like a plan?
Yes, I appreciate the trust. And I promise you, not a single one will get away.
See? Like 2 peas in a pod.
Traveler, you should come with me to meet the buyer. After all, we promised Nefer you would be involved in all our operations.
The Traveler is kind of a famous face around these parts, though.
Then, you can serve as backup. Remain hidden, and on the off chance he tries anything, it'll be 2 against 1.
Let's do this thing!
I don't sing for anyone in particular. Still, if someone stops to listen, I hope it provides a moment of peace all the same. The sky is clear again. Would you like to go moon gazing? You can sit in my rocking chair and admire the view. Or we could go to the moon and gaze down at Tefat. Whatever you prefer.
You really can't go lower?
Best I can do is shave off the amount the guild was going to take.
You're a tough nut to crack. How do you plan to deliver the goods?
Depends on what you need. You don't look like you're from around these parts. So I'm guessing you need sea transport?
Yes, but there are a lot of eyes on the port. It would be better to dismantle the product and transport the components in crates.
That might be tricky. If you're worried about getting caught, then let's bypass the port entirely. We can launch from a secluded shoreline and use our own boat for transport.
Sorry. But I'd still prefer to have it dismantled and stored in regular crates.
Ah, I'm guessing the port of arrival is where you resell the goods? You want it hidden in unassuming cargo crates, because you operate right out in the open. Most of the weapons have come in through Yilong Wharf or Lumiduce Harbor, so that seems to check out.
What are you trying to say?
Nothing. Just connecting some dots. I think we're done here.
Out of the way!
It's one of the undercover.
The captain of the special...
One just popped up. Looks like the one on the circ. There are children around. Trying to... Nope, not this way. Had enough? Then turn around! Out of steam yet? 'Cause I can do this all day! Is still attached. And if you want to keep it that way...
A special patrol uniform.
5 at the port, 10 on the outskirts of Nasha Town, 3 near the plaza. Save the best for last.
How did you... Don't even...
Well done, everyone. We appreciate the assist. The boss sends her thanks.
It was an honor. Without the Spina's help back in the day, we never would have been able to make it in Nodcry. It was about time we returned the favor.
What?
Yeah, I know. But hearing you...
Wow! Navia is something else.
Well, that explains your confidence. I had no idea the Spina di Rosula could move.
No trade expo rules were broken either. Even if Nefer saw it all.
Except for the guild's broken signboard.
It was an unavoidable...
At any rate, I suppose the next...
And if that doesn't work, I've heard that's...
Yes, that means the operation was a success, right?
So far. Once we get someone to reveal who the mastermind behind all this is, that's when the real work begins.
I'm sure that person is in hiding somewhere far removed from the expo. But as far as our deal with the curatorium goes, I think that's a wrap.
Shouldn't we update Nefer then?
First, we need to figure out what...
Well, that went a lot smoother than you're thinking about Nefer's. If you feel like it's missing something, maybe Yelan and Shevras will
Excuse me? Are you the traveler?
Oh no! Did something happen?
I'm sorry, I don't know the details. All she said...
Now let's get a move on!
Either I throw the guild under the bus, or I get on the bad side of a terrifying merc captain. Oh, could this get any worse? Get it together.
Let's try not to get too worried.
Don't worry, we'll get to the bottom of this.
What happened?
You're here. Please, you've got to help me, traveler. A theft at the expo is gonna ruin the guild's reputation.
A theft?
You're asking me. The guild has people keeping watch over the storage area for this exact reason. And it just had to happen to one of the scariest people here.
Beto? Wait,
The guild asked us to keep our goods stored on the designated shelves. I had a few prototypes that I would, but when I came to check on things just now, I noticed that all of them had been stolen.
and each ballista is super dangerous. If they fall into the wrong hands...
Well, all the prototypes have a failsafe designed to prevent unauthorized use, so it could be worse.
The guild will make sure of that. If you could just keep this between us for now, we would be super appreciative. Do we have to tell her?
Honesty is the best policy. That's what he taught.
I know, it's just...
Miss Yehuda...
What do you three do?
There's something you want to tell me, isn't there?
Well, Neb's been obsessed with the ballistas ever since we got here. That's why Uncle Ashpapati told us to come see your booth.
visit. Ever since this morning, we haven't been able to reach him. We wanted to ask Miss Yehoda for help, but then we heard about the ballistas being stolen.
And?
I don't think the
Ashvapati. Wait, so now it's an inside job? Oh, jeez. The guild is never gonna recover from this.
He made those toys the kids were selling, right? If he's a tech guy.
So, this just went... Uh-oh.
Could be. I mean, let's put it... Why don't you take these kids to the curatorium and see what...
Got it!
Hold up. We can't...
No, of course not, but... how do we explain this?
You want to look out for these kids, don't you?
I promised I...
Good, because I'm looking out for them too.
I guess...
Take these kids to the curatorium. I'll update you.
Will do!
Well, this complicates things. Here I was hoping the trouble would start and end with you two. But no matter. This will all...
I wouldn't be so flip. I'm starting to wonder if...
It's all still up in the...
Uncle Ashvapati, he told us we all came. We've been traveling from place to place with him for as long as I...
Their eyes.
What about them?
I'm just... About a decade ago, there was a band of Eremites who, seemingly out of nowhere, leveraging that advantage, they built a number of highly advanced weapons and sold them. The conflicts in the desert became even bloodier as a result. While the other groups were tearing each other to shreds, these newly minted arms traders stood by and reaped. But before long, their own weapons were turned against them. And as the flames of conflict engulfed the desert, the group, none of the weapons survived. And so...
That's terrible.
In the desert, it's kill or be killed. People will stop at nothing to... If this happened, from what they've told us, sounds like these kids are orphans from that...
Which means their guardian is likely one of the few survivors as well.
Sounds like it.
No! Uncle Ashvapati would never do... No matter what. Sure, he's good...
I'm sorry.
So, what's her...
From our interrogations, we've learned that in 2 days, the person behind... But... If Ashvapati...
Then let's focus. If he stole the prototypes...
What can I do to help?
I work best in the shadows. As soon as I've got a location, though...
That does sound like the most feasible plan.
Seizure?
Hey! Don't worry too much right now. The most important thing is that we find your uncle. The rest can wait.
Okay.
Looks like I'll need to enlist your services for a bit longer, Traveler.
watch out to, Yehoda.
Just keeping an eye on things. Looking out for any problems that might need me to step in. Hey!
You've accessing booth operation logs.
I keep telling you, we don't have...
I just wanted to have a look. What's wrong with that?
Guys, seriously, stop fighting!
Here's the thing, Neb. Even if you could afford to buy a blueprint, I'm afraid I couldn't allow it. I know you like building stuff, but these designs aren't for toys like the kind you're used to. They're for weapons, which are very complicated to build and extremely dangerous.
That's a load of baloney, dumpster diver. My designs are toys too.
Huh? You build a machine that can...
I mean, at the end... Ugh, that's not the point. Anyway.
Yeah!
I get it.
Exactly! Really?
It's boss.
Thank you so much, boss of the Clink Clank Krumkake craft shop.
Huh. That was very thoughtful. Who are you, and what have you done with Aino?
What's that supposed to mean? I'm a boss, aren't I? A lot of people depend on me. Looking out for them is a big part of the job.
Did that really just happen?
For previous records.
Ah, Traveler. Paimon. How do you do?
That's our secondary goal. To put it in Mr. Flintz's words, it's important for Lightkeepers to spend some time in the land of the living every once in a while.
That sounds like something he'd say, yeah. Are you interested in these muskets? Since we're friends, Paimon will let you in on some insider info.
Oh, I'm well aware. The sign makes that quite clear.
True.
I'm interested in this particular piece because it brings to mind a picture I once saw. It featured several Ratniki and a Fatui officer who fought alongside them. The weapon that the latter used was identical to this one.
The Fatui teamed up with the Lightkeepers?
That's not unusual. I've heard similar stories from our older members. The owner of this musket must have been a hero who stood against the Wild Hunt as well. But why would you sell a hero's...
That's just how the rules... Whether it's a note, the stuff that's used that way...
Huh. I think I'm going to buy this musket.
Of course.
So what's the situation in need of mediation?
This person's been glaring daggers at me from behind since she arrived. Hey, you! I'm a member of the Fruity Order, you hear?
What a coincidence. So am I.
Wait, really? First, the more I heard about your order, so when I heard that the Nodcry Trade Expo was being held again...
It's those idiots.
So what
Our orders won the expo rights several years in a row. A few of the other groups were looking to duke it out. So imagine their anger when someone claiming to be one of ours snatched the expo rights again.
Well, no one's made any trouble for me. Wait, does that mean you've taken them all out already? Can I join?
We can't make trouble at the expo. Voynich Guild rules. Once it's all over, meet me at the harbor in Nasha Town.
I see. All right, I'll be there.
Does he not realize what's going on here?
Also, considering our smooth collaborations thus far, a word of advice for the guild. This guy has only been able to keep his head in his booth because the Fruity Order took care of any rival factions. But if there's one thing the treasure hoarders have in spades, it's sore losers. Since our order has proven untouchable so far, they're sure to find easier targets to vent their frustration on. So look after those kids.
Huh. So this guy has been responsible for...
What do you think?
Not bad.
Vorka!
Oh, hey, traveler, Paimon, out in this part of the world?
Yes.
Not a problem. It's a price worth paying for a
The whole bad? Oh, and Vorka...
Yeah, I've tried it. It's pretty good, but not Mondstadt wine good. Besides, I wouldn't be able to buy any even if it was. We can't have the Grand Master of the Knights of Favonius going around supporting smugglers, can we?
Oh, it's true.
If you find yourself at a loose end...
Oh, you're as generous as they say, Grandmaster.
Looks like you finally...
Hey, don't make me sound so I'm planning. With any luck, maybe I'll have the pleasure of seeing you there.
Well, good luck out there. Hope you strike it rich.
Locked and loaded. Waiting on your signal.
Here we go.
Time for takeoff. Emerge right now. Press to rebuild.
Huh? On me.
Careful! Hold up! Fire support ready! Select a target! Here comes the mother load! Nice! Good shooting!
Think you can get away? Yahoo! Hold the line.
Up the ante!
Time for takeoff. Let's play. Right here. Right now. Press to rebuild.
Maria sweeping in!
Fire support ready! Careful! Hold out till fire support arrives. Here comes the mother Frontline guidance is up to you.
Cleanup sequence initiated.
Hold the line.
Close your eyes. The law sleep beckons.
Fire support ready. Select the target. Here comes the mother load. Nice guiding. Well done.
Installation chamber deployed. Annihilation mode.
Allow me.
Be silent. Beware the creatures of the night. Observe. Fear the dark.
Cleanup sequence initiated.
Fire support ready. Select the target.
The long sleep beckons.
Switch to ground attack shells and increase firepower. Nice! Good shooting!
Installation chamber deployed. Annihilation mode.
Reunion confirmed. Allow me.
The night cometh. Close your eyes. Night falls.
Fire support ready. Select the target. Locked and loaded. Waiting on your signal.
Fuse on the loop. Thrust and rebuild.
Extinguished. Ha. Fire support ready. Select a target.
I will be your opponent during training mode. Special reminder, please check your starter rewards. The assault will continue. Please remain vigilant. Travelers' defenses have been breached. I am quite good at this. This will be my final attack. Ha, ha, ha. The match is about to begin. Please, get ready. Ino has suggested making crumkake-shaped travelers' defenses have been breached. I am quite good at this. Traveler victory imminent. Greatly increasing value of malice parameter. I will be your opponent during training mode. Travelers' defenses have been breached. I am quite good at this. Ha ha. As long as I do not attack, I cannot be defeated. Traveler victory imminent, greatly increasing value of malice parameters.
Ad Astra. Thank you for coming.
Ready, partner? Ready, partner?
Keep it together. Slow and steady now. Equipment upgraded. Now's our chance.
Ready, partner?
Keep it together. Slow and steady now. Equipment upgraded. Now's our chance. This is just a simulation, but be on your guard. Equipment upgraded. Now's our chance.